Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75, and welcome to another Transformers third-party review. For this one I'm going back in time, or how long, about 4 years or so, to Impossible Toys' TETRA Squadron, and if I'm honest, these guys do not get a lot of love, and for good reason if I'm honest, but I do like them. Yeah, I do like them, and as I said, a lot of people knock them, and these guys do not get the attention they deserve, because say what you want about Impossible Toys, they did make some utter rubbish, they really did, and they didn't help themselves, and especially with these figures as well. But you cannot ignore the fact that they did give us something that no other company has even tried to give you. And if you want my opinion, I actually think for what it is and how hard it was to make this into a viable transformation, I think they did a very good job. I mean, not perfect by a long sense, but still pretty damn good. Yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. I just want to grab the box and I'll show you one of the reasons why they don't do themselves no favours. Oh my god. Sorry about that, everybody. It's well planned out thing there. Right, so this is the boxes, obviously. Now the boxes are actually pretty good. You get a picture of them in their little Tetra mode and their robot mode, everything. There's nothing wrong with it. You get a nice little story and everything. What annoys me is that I'm not going to get it out. Is that the instructions? I think I said this on my other video about the first three I did a long time ago, about 3 odd years ago, give or take. Is that it comes packaged in robot mode, but the instructions go from the vehicle mode to robot, and they're so vague that you have to reverse the instructions, and you just cannot tell what the hell is going on. And like I said, they're so vague. There's only about 8 or 9 steps, but these have got loads of little bits where you have to position certain bits in a certain way, and it's giving you no help whatsoever. It's just got a picture after picture of it changing and no help with how it got there. So that really did not help. And you know, and then when they actually came out with these figures, just the fact that they didn't make the most obvious ones, the Rainmakers, and they said they would only make the Rainmakers if they sold enough of these, and I think that annoyed people. It annoyed the hell out of me. And the problem is with it is that if you're going to make a product that isn't perfect, I mean, you know, you need to make a good selling point, and just making the original 3 Seekers and then these guys, I don't think was a big enough pull. If they'd made the Rainmakers and then added these after, wouldn't have been too bad at a cheaper price, wouldn't have been too bad, I don't think. So I think maybe their marketing strategy was off there, but then again, I don't know the ins and outs of what they were doing at the time. So, but if it had been me, I'd have gone with the Rainmakers first. Because I think a lot more people, maybe, I mean I could be wrong, would have put up with their imperfections just to get the Rainmakers, because they were great in the cartoon. Anyway, that's enough of me going on about that. Let's get on to these figures, because these are actually, I really like them. Now this is obviously, I can't remember their names, Booster, somebody else and somebody else. Obviously this is Ramjet, Dirge and Thrust in their Tetra mode before they came to Earth. It's actually very good. I like it. I mean, I love the back. Really good detail on the back there. I love the top. Obviously, underneath, you're going to get lots of bits of robot mishmashed underneath. I mean, they couldn't be perfect. That's what I was saying about earlier. But still, they're pretty good. They have included some landing gear in there, and one at the front here. And there isn't a lot of difference between these and the original 3 that come out. Other than that, obviously each one has got a slight difference. This one, well, Ramjet's got his little extra thrusters here, which you just sort of like tab on. Dirge over here has these wings, swept up wings and everything, which makes him look damn cool if you want my opinion. I really do like these two. And I think the weakest one, pardon me, is Thrust. Just because he's got these, and then again, these are moulded in rather than the others are 2 tabbed, and you have to take them off to transform them, and you can't actually fit them in on the robot mode. But at least this guy has it all moulded in. So in a way that's a plus, but in a way it don't really add a lot. It just looks a bit strange. But saying that, I really do like them. I really do like these guys. I think they look fantastic. I really like them. The plastic does feel not brittle, but it's that shiny sort of plastic that doesn't bend easily, so you could snap it. But you'd have to put a lot of force. I mean, saying that, it just feels that way. It's not gonna snap. I mean, there are some very tiny parts that you could snap if you apply too much pressure, but just be careful. But saying that, I really love these guys. I really do. I wish they'd made the Rainmakers. I wish some other company would just look at these, try and improve upon them and make them. That'd be damn bloody good. Right, anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. I did put the Decepticon insignias on them. And I just put the clear ones that I got from Repro Labels on, because I didn't have enough normal Decepticon insignias left, but I had plenty of these ones. It doesn't really show up too well on Ramjet here. You can sort of see him, it's just not very well on camera. But it does show up pretty damn good on Thrust and Dirge over here. Dirge is definitely my favourite of these lot. I just love those swept up wings on this. I just think that is a good addition. Right, okay, so I'm going to transform one, then probably transform the other two off camera, because it is a very annoying transformation. I'll tell you what, getting it into this mode is a pain. You've got to line up all these little tabs along this edge and this edge, and then get the legs just right while all these other bits are flopping around. You've got this pilot section just flopping about everywhere. And it's just so bloody annoying. But once you get there, if you tab it all in, then try and tab in that, it sort of does make sense why they've done it like that. And I think sometimes it actually helps, but it's still a pain. Right, so to transform it, we are going to start by just removing the weapons. And then removing these, because you need to get these out of the way. Now, I have no idea. They didn't go in too easy, because they're probably not going to come away too easy either. I don't want to end up snapping them. I do want to try and ease them out. There we go. They're a bit of pain, and then you end up. Yeah, there is a lot of panels as well, which if you get it just right, they do sort of like tab in together properly. But obviously, transforming it does muck that up a bit. Yeah, but you just sort of like fiddle about with it to get it back in. Oh, I've really messed this one up. Yeah. Oh dear, that's alright. Anyway, but eventually you can. That's him in his normal mode. With Dirge here, you're just literally gonna pop those off the side. No biggie on him. But anyway, but that's Dirge out of the way. Just that is the only difference in the transformation for them. Thrust is the same as all of these from this mode point on. Right. Right, here we go. I've got 5 minutes and 29 seconds to transform this. Right, here we go. First of all, we are just going to start with how I normally have to end up, and you have to start wiggling these panels apart. That didn't work. Oh, this is a bloody nightmare. It's these panels, really. If it would just get around these panels, I've got to do it without breaking the bloody thing as well. Because I tell you what, to get these in there, that was a bloody job and a half. So this is where it all sort of like, this is where these modes, oh god, there we go. See, it is really nerve-wracking stuff, because a bit too much force here and there. And look at this, see, this is on this giant thing, and it's only held in by 2 bits of plastic and a rivet, you know, and it is so easy. And then you just sort of come back here, so get your fingernail or anything there, just run it down, because you don't want to break them off. I think on one of my original ones, my like Starscream Thundercracker and whatever, I actually think I did break off one of those tabs and they did stay in there. Luckily it was in the middle and it didn't matter too much, but you know. So anyway, so you get them into this, you start separating it on. It's probably the easiest way, to be fair. Then we're gonna sort of like maneuver that around. This don't help is that there's so many bits and they all just get in the way of each other. You need to get these sort of like round the back, open this out up there. Then we're gonna what's that one there? This rotates around, right? We're gonna rotate those up. this whole section is going to rotate around. Then you get that out of the way. Let's sort these legs out. They're going to come around here. We're going to rotate those around. Now, I like the feet. What you have to do on the feet is, there's a little tab here. Rotate this all the way down. Then you get this. And like I say, this is another one. Look at these tiny little sections here. You have to rotate this all the way around without breaking it. Bring it all the way around and then collapse it in on itself, I think. This rotates around here without you breaking it, and up. And then there's a little, probably not going to focus too well, there's a little tab just there. That is going to tab into the tiniest little hole you've ever seen down there. What it's supposed to anyway. It probably ain't going to do it. Is it going to do it? I don't know. Anyway, and then you bring it around down the foot, right? So then that is his foot done. Right, so then we're going to come around and do the same on this one. Bring that around, that rotates around. That can come around to the back. That rotates all the way down, and then we're going to rotate this around. Oh my god. And that just collapses in itself and then pegs into, oh my god, Jesus Christ, pegs into there, sort of. Rotate the leg around, and then we're going to raise this section up to here, giving us the arms. Then we bring those down, bring those around. Got 2 minutes to do this. Once you get all these bits done, I'm just doing all these bits because I can. Because once if I start doing it, once I finish it, everyone will untab. I might as well get them out while it's all finicky. Right, then we got to sort this head out. Bring these sections out and around. There's 2 little tabs that they tab into somewhere, like so. That gives us his head. Then we are going to collapse this whole section in on itself. It comes down. Should be 2 little tabs just in there that they tab into and hold it in place. These are going to rotate around. That's going to do that in a minute. Then we start mucking about. You have to do that. That is going to rotate up and tab into there in a minute. But I need to get his arms forward. And then we're going to end up with, this is where it gets a bit dodgy, and now that does pop off a lot. I can't remember how to do it. Oh, that sometimes just comes out of this joint as well. But then what we're going to do is, you need to rotate this. It's easy to do when it's not on there. We rotate this around and up, so that comes all the way up there. Then we rotate that around, and I just sort of like bend it like that and hook it on the side. So we're going to reattach this one in here somewhere. I think it goes in there like that. Let's rotate it all the way up. Then we'll push it in there like that. Get in there. Don't want to go in there, does it? 58 seconds. Come on. Oh, come on. I'm wasting so much time on this bloody thing that's popped out. Right. That's in there. Rotate it around. Oh. And then just hook it over. Then we're going to tab him back on there. Oh, I don't want to go on. That's it. Then there's a tab that one just eases into, and that gives us his robot mode. And it's a bit dodgy. It is very bad. I'm going to have to stop this video here, delete some stuff off my camera, and then I'll come back. Well, I sort of ran out of time there, so I had to delete some stuff off my camera, but at least now I've got the more time to concentrate on this. Right, so this is where we got up to. We basically had him transformed into his robot mode, and as you can see in the background there, I've transformed both the others while I was waiting. Anyway, all we need to do now is attach his guns on his arms, giving him that G1 look. It would have been quite cool if they'd redone these guns to match, obviously, you know, because Ramjet had those giant, weird sort of gun bomb things, look-alike things. But, you know, they just come with the standard sort of guns. Now then, this robot mode, It has its limitations. It does have these neat little things on the back here. These are part of the transformation, obviously, but they do act as good heel spurs, so you can prop him up no problem whatsoever. My only gripe is that the fact, I've said it before, the legs are just too far apart here. It would have been good if you could just brung them down slightly closer together and then given him that weird sort of like stance like that, because at the moment they're just so far apart, it just looks a little silly. What else? I actually love the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt is a lot better on this one than it is on the Thundercracker and Starscream version. The legs look a little weird, especially with these bits just on the side. There is no room to stick these bits back on. I mean, you probably could somehow, but I can't be asked. You definitely can't with Dirge, because he uses the bits that fold up, so you probably have no chance. You come around to the back. Unfortunately, there is a lot of kibble going on the back there, so let's not worry about that too much. You're going to get a lot of movement in these arms, very much like the Classics Seeker mould. The head does turn left to right, and you know, obviously where the big gripe, I suppose, with this figure is where the wings are. The wings do look a little strange out on the side there, but when you consider what they had to do, they had to get like a curved wing to act like the old G1 wings, where they're propped up just behind, you know, on their shoulders. I actually think they did a really good job. I don't care what anyone says, I actually think they did a really good job on these. They just had a lot of problems getting there, and they probably weren't the best company in the world to get things done, so they probably had problems there. You know, if you were talking maybe Make Toys, Fans Project had sort of done them, they'd probably had a lot better, I don't know, inside knowledge to make them better quality, get certain stuff out of the way, give them a slightly better transformation. But, you know, I don't know. But either way, I still think they did an amazing job to get that cockpit from where it was on the vehicle mode to act exactly the same cockpit without cheating. Like even some of the Masterpiece stuff cheats. You know, you look at Optimus Prime. The grill on his robot mode is not the grill it uses for the vehicle mode. You know, it cheats. This doesn't cheat anywhere really. You know, these wings are these wings in vehicle mode. This chest is the chest in vehicle mode, and it got everything where it's supposed to be. And it's supposed to be like a figure that goes in with your G1 stuff, not really like your classics. So it's, you know, even those G1 figures, they looked a bit terrible sometimes. So I can forgive this figure a lot, and I think it just looks pretty good. And size comparison, I haven't got any G1 figures, unfortunately, but it's a good size. It's about the size of Wheeljack. I think Starscream, like the G1, would have probably come up to about here. But I do have Titans Returned Galvatron, just to give you a size. Obviously, he's a Voyager size figure. You know, so he is bigger than this guy, which is about right, kind of. You know. So I'm going to pop him back over there. Got to put him away later. I've got no room to have him out. Right, so that was Ramjet. Let's have a quick look at Dirge. Again, exactly the same. I really do like these figures. I do like them a lot. You can position these if you wanted to with the wings up like that, if you wanted to. I mean, that don't look too bad. I just like it here hanging on there because it just props the wing up a little bit better. So you put that like that, and then let's have a quick look at Thrust. Thrust is pretty cool. As you can see, it does have the VTOL jets just on the side there, and I think as a trio, these just look good. I really do like it. You know, I think when they first came out, they were like $50 or $60 each. I'm not sure. When you think about it, that is damn bloody cheap these days. You look at any third-party figure comes out now, and you're looking at $100 at least. You know, and the fact that when Impossible Toys went out of business, you could pick these guys up for $20 each. At a steal. You know, you go past their limitations, and it's still really good. 3 really good figures. So you know, I mean, not everybody's cup of tea. everybody wants perfection these days, but you know what? You just don't get perfection on any figure. Every figure has a bad point somewhere. Very rarely do you get a really good figure. Very rarely. So, you know, I can look past it because I actually just think I can see them for what they are. Three very clever figures. Yeah, the wings and the legs, you know, could have been tried to done better with them. If they'd have had more money to invest or whatever, or better designers, maybe they could have. You know, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. But nonetheless, three really good figures. Right, I'm going to wrap this review up there. I've probably gone on way too long. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.